If you've been out on the lash, living it up in Ibiza for 3-4 days, you've only got yourself to blame, haven't you? Welcome to Eat, Move, Lift, Enjoy. Eat your food, move your body, lift your weight, enjoy your life. Questions from the Emily Eat, Move, Lift, Enjoy group. First question from Sarah Jane Sturgeon Scraggs. That's a mouthful. Who asks, how much sleep is enough sleep? Boring short answer, about 7 to 9 hours. That's a good ballpark to aim for. But in reality, if you've been out on the lash, living it up in Ibiza for 3-4 days, you've only got yourself to blame, haven't you? A few good nights of solid sleep is what I would recommend, but 7 to 9 hours is a good ballpark to aim for. Thing with sleep, some people say, I can get by and I only need 4 or 5 hours sleep. Maybe. I would say you'd be in the vast minority. And also, if you are getting by on 4, 5, 6 maybe, there is a difference between getting by on and being at your absolute best. So if you typically get 5-6 hours sleep, which I am guilty of, by the way, I can get by the next day and get through the next day. I'm not falling asleep on the gym floor, but I won't perform at my best. So maybe my training session doesn't go as well, or I'm not quite as alert when I'm working, or everything feels harder. And there's tons of research done on sleep, and it basically affects everything, either positively if you get a bit more, or negatively if you don't get enough. Question from Tanya Bartram, who asks, how about a film on how people choose a personal trainer? So you could go one or two ways with this one. How people choose their personal trainer, and how should people choose their personal trainer? And it is a bit of a lottery, because even if someone on paper looks good, that's not necessarily the most important thing. So let's talk about how I would recommend someone choose a personal trainer. I think one of the simplest ways of finding a good personal trainer would be to speak to friends, family, or someone you trust and see if they're currently working with a PT and how they find it. And maybe if you're going to the same gym as them, then they can give you some idea of what the session actually involves. I think most personal trainers, they're always going to be happy to answer questions at the outset. Like if someone contacts me and they're like, look Andy, I want some PT, how do you work? How do I go about it? You can get a long way with an informal chat. I mean, don't take the piss. Don't try and get a free consultation out of them. That does happen. Sit down and chat with someone. Get a bit of a feel for them. Just be a little bit picky, because if you're going to spend a lot of time and a lot of money potentially working with a trainer, you wanna have some rapport. You want to be able to get on with them. You want to get results as well. Now, depending on your type of personality and stuff, if you're completely results driven, and you don't care that you get on with a trainer and it's a relationship, if you're just like, look, I want someone to do programming for me and tell me what weights to lift, then you don't necessarily have to be best mates with that person. Actually, you probably don't need them as a PT at all. Maybe just pay them for a set period of time to get you from A to B, and that's fine. Training for an event, maybe something like that, you hire a coach. But if you want to work with a trainer for a longer period of time, maybe indefinitely, or for months on end or years, then it's a tough road if you don't get on with that person. The two main things to consider would be, what is your goal? So if it's a really specific goal, then you look from a specialist in that area. If your goal is to compete in Olympic weightlifting, then look for a lifting coach, obviously. If it's more of a weight loss goal or just a getting into the gym goal, I would argue that personality and the relationship you have with that trainer is more important than how well they can cue a squat or a deadlift. But that is my opinion. That is not hard and fast rules, but someone you gel with. Find someone that you gel with and you work well with, because you'll enjoy the sessions, you'll keep coming back, and it will be an enjoyable hour, not one that you dread.